Welcome back to Technical Difficulties, coming to you now, as ever, from my worn-out repeated joke that I'm sure you're tired of. First, let me say I really appreciated all the questions and comments over on the RT site, especially the folks who just came by to tell me to have a nice day. The internet usually isn't that pleasant of a place to work, so it was actually quite refreshing. I'll definitely be building a level 2 version of our alarm system in the future. Also, based on the response we've had, I'll do another Nerf mod episode as well. Today, though, instead of me building something that sounds good on paper and then looks like slapped together hot garbage in real life, I thought I'd explore a land where you can pay people for the privilege of slapping together something and mailing it to you. Wish.com, where all your high-tech gadget dreams can be answered for not the full retail price of $325, but now for the low, low price of $3 plus shipping, with very little guarantee of delivery date, or possibly even delivery period, as we'll talk about in a bit. Yes, Wish.com has everything you might dream of needing, from supplements to above-ground pools, plus naughty things, muscle enhancement devices, Apple products, tiny cameras, hand weapons, and an endoscope in case you just really wanted to give yourself that discount basement colonoscopy. Just grab some items, toss them in your cart, bid your money a fond farewell as it leaves the nest, and hope it comes back someday to take care of you when you're old. Maybe it brings some heavily discounted toys with it. Delivery dates are usually from within 30 days to the eventual collapse of the universe. But your descendants can be sucked into that sweet, destructive void, knowing that being recompressed into a tiny ball of matter means that they are now actually closer to the thing you ordered at last. I'm sure you're wondering how they stay in business marking down products as much as up to 95% in some cases. Well, the scary thing is they are actually still making money off of it even at that price. Most of the products are knockoffs, sometimes even using some of the same parts as the original, but they are put together as cheaply as possible. Which is kind of like getting a quote from a reputed security firm and then going, "I bet I can fix that for $20 and a greeting card." Really makes you wonder what the real markup on a lot of the junk we buy is. If I sounded all bitter, it's because we ordered 3 items to test and only 2 ever showed up. The missing item was a freaking laser that could light matches. While I understand that shipping me a death ray may be problematic for customs, I'm still mad. I guess let's look at what we actually got. This is a slightly shorter episode this week as we had a holiday, and instead of spending it working on this, I actually used it as a holiday. Plus, I was just having way too much fun playing with this first thing, so we'll hit the other one in part 2. Today, I'm looking at the A-Shun 8 pads muscle toner USB charged muscle training gear exercise fat burning equipment for men and women. Geez, they really overcompensate with the name length on these things. The ad features multiple blatantly photoshopped pictures of incredibly ripped men and women not wearing the A-Shun 8 pads muscle toner. Based on the pictures, the bicep trainer varies in size from teaspoon to a dinner plate. Either that or this guy has a tiny arm and this lady has a huge one. And the ab trainer appears to shock you from nipple to groin, which we all know is where the abs are, because we have them. There's also this picture of someone going from average to like a sheet that's tucked in too tightly. It's billed as being able to tighten your belly fat and help you lose weight fast and work out more easily. As someone who's seen these things advertised for years, I thought it might be interesting to actually try one. And a device marked down to 10% its MSRP that shoots electricity into your body is a great place to start. Now, there is some science behind these devices, and they can be used to help maintain muscle tone. They are sometimes used for physical therapy in situations where it's hard for a person to actively perform an exercise due to injury. Their efficacy is still widely debated, though, even for that application. There is nothing to really back up the idea that it will take you from a dad bod to ripped abs. And the idea that it does anything to body fat is in no way supported by the FDA. There's also a lot of bold and contradictory statements in the ad, like 20 minutes per day, which is equals to 2,000 meters running, 60 minutes of sit-ups, 60 minutes of free swimming, 2 weeks of diet. Now, while there are a lot of conspiracy theories out there, I'm pretty sure if any of those claims were even remotely true, we would all be wearing these all the time. Also, just below that, it says it's great for postpartum women, and then warns women who gave birth to babies recently not to use it. Wild. All right, let's open it. So the 2 products that we actually received from Wish came in one bag with absolutely no padding. The box, as you can see, is in fine condition. Got a user manual, action to new life. Does have instructions in English, which is always a good start. EMS gel pads can be used 15 to 20 times. Please keep your body clean and free of perspiration before use. Children, pregnant women, heart disease, high blood pressure, skin diseases are prohibited. Not from using this product, they're just not allowed. You know it's professional when instead of writing out please, they just put PLS. Do not return directly. All right, so we got 3 of these little electrocution devices. A Hydra-headed USB, which is nice, so you can at least charge all 3 of them at the same time. And there's our bicep pads and the Absecutioner. So, I mean, as far as the construction goes, it's basically like a piece of fabric-y thing. Leather? It's very pleathery with some buttons on it and, you know, goo pads on the back. It's got QC Passed on it as a sticker, so it must be good. All right, let's throw one on, see what happens. I'm gonna feed it my left arm first because that's the arm I like least. So right on the bicep. There's no instructions really in the user manual other than how to plug it in and charge it. It just says, stick the product on your body, then operate the host device. Press the button M. Oh, and the button plus. Oh, that's actually quite pleasant. That's level 1. Is very weak current. Right now, sure, I could work like that. Hang on, let me get the other one on. You can see how no sun. I'd like to put it on right at the farmer tan area. I'm gonna put this one on my other arm first because I can only assume that once we get higher levels, it will be very hard. Yeah, this is fine. I could sit like this all day. Let's see what level 2 looks like. You can see my arm jerking, but it is really not a... I like that they're out of sync. This is gonna be great in a minute. But really, that's a little tiny little flex. It's nothing terrible. Let's go with level 2. Oh, okay. Level 2, and I can move. I can still do things on my desk. Okay, no problem. Let's see what level. Let's see level 3. Oh, okay. This episode is brought to you by The Boys Season 2. Hey, our favorite underdog anti-heroes, the boys, are back to continue their battle against the Seven, and the stakes are even higher. Still licking their wounds from last season's losses, and now on the run, the team is going to need more than just thoughts of revenge if they hope to stand a chance against the world's most powerful superheroes. They must expose Compound V and the way that Vought and the Seven manipulate the public to stay in power, all while grappling with their own vulnerabilities along the way. This season promises deeper dives into the characters, their motivations, and the chance to see the humanity behind the supes. Will the boys be able to take down the corrupt establishment and change the status quo? Or will they be crushed by the ultimate power of Vought and the Seven? To find out, go to Amazon.com/TheBoys to watch The Boys Season 2 starting on September 4th. Again, that's Amazon.com/TheBoys starting on September 4th to watch Season 2 of The Boys. And hey, go check out Season 1 now, all available on Amazon Prime. It's like there's a drunk puppeteer working me up above. I'm not doing this. This is just the things on my arm going. Though again, it's weird, but it's not unpleasant. I could, if I just relaxed my arms on the table, okay. It's, you know, about as fun as having uncontrollable muscle spasms as you might imagine to be. Well, all right, that's 3, right? Let's try 4. Okay. That's, you know, now I'm starting to feel a little bit of pain. It's not necessarily a fun time. If only I had some drumsticks, I could really be beating out a sick rhythm right now. That is totally not up to my control. Level 5. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Such a weird feeling. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Really. It's being electrocuted. So, I mean, if you've not felt that before, it's not necessarily a pleasant experience. Okay. Let's see, level 6. Oh, okay. It hurts more when you fight it. Okay. I'm looking over there because that's where my monitor is that I can see the camera view. And if I had some, like a bowl of soup, this would be great. I could just, okay. Well, if that's a warm-up for what this is going to be like, let's give it a run. The gel pads are where it sticks to you, and I assume are also where it's conducting electricity. So this not only hits your abs, you know, from nipple to groin, but it also wraps around your sides. So Don't worry about those love handles. We'll be getting rid of them in just a second. I think I'll hop off camera real quick and stick this on. All right, now that I have this tiny little belly button arc reactor on, let's see how this feels. You know, just kind of, all right, so level 1, nothing. I really don't feel anything at all. Level 2 is kind of a pleasant little jingle. I kind of like it. Okay, I could get on board with this. Level 3 is just, it's like someone's going, kind of all, especially on my sides, I feel it more so than in the abs. I'll say 4 is not bad. 5's not bad. All right, now we're on full 6. This is maximum fat burning zone. Yeah, that's not bad. I wonder if you're supposed to have all these going at one time. I wonder if I could light a light bulb by holding it. Kind of like being aggressively tickled by someone who's not very good at tickling. On the upside, so far it didn't burn my skin, melt on usage, really seemed to give me a rash or release Cthulhu, so we'll call that a win. Let's address the claims that you can wear it while you work. The shooting test. Okay, for the control test, I'm going to be using 3daimtrainer.com and doing the goalkeeper test. Wow, really? Felt much worse than that. 126,000, which is in the top 36% of people taking it. I've now activated my robotic arms, and I'm going to try it again on level 6. I can't get on the WASD. This is for the bicep. This is for the rock hard bicep. Fight it. And no pain, no gain. Oh, please let it end. We went from 126,000 to 56,000. I'm now in the top 81%, which is kind of scary if you think about it in terms of what 19% are below that. The editing test. So much pain. Why does it hurt more now? Just wanna edit the. Ow! Ow. The typing test. Control. Well, it's slightly better than an average typist, but I do really suck at typing. I can only imagine this is going to go better when I turn on my robot bits. Because there. Okay, it's done. Woo! 20 mistyped words and 12 words per minute. On the other hand, it did make for a much more interesting read if you could decipher it. All right, so I think we can safely say that the bicep trainers are really out for day-to-day use. But I still feel like I need to do some kind of test to validate whether this increases my strength. And as much fun as it would be to try gaming like the Mighty T-Rex, I think I just can't keep working while using these. However, the ab flexes are manageable as long as I don't mind looking like I've got kind of a bad case of hiccups for 20 minutes out of my day. My testing methodology is pretty simple. I'm going to use it 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks on my abs and see if it helps strengthen my muscles. My test for this will be seeing how long it takes me to do 50 sit-ups now and then 50 sit-ups in 2 weeks. If it does anything, 2 weeks of daily training should show at least some change in my physical fitness. So here's me doing 50 sit-ups. My control test of 50 sit-ups took about 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Yeah, my ab routine is mostly rolling out of bed, and sadly these are probably my first sit-ups in 6 months. As I said, the pads have 6 power levels all the way from very weak to super strong, and based on my test, I feel like I can handle level 6. So I'm gonna go full power for that 20 minutes every day. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna do another one of these Wish videos and show off this cool drone that I got, and then I will update you on what, if any, progress we've had with my absercising. Better living through tasing? Maybe I'll get a superpower. What if it's a goo-based superpower instead of an electricity-based superpower? Sometimes that's the risk you gotta take. Thank you for joining me for technical difficulties. We'll see you next week. Wave us out. Bye. Naturally makes me do this hand swing thing, which makes me look like I'm reacting to a sassy comeback in an 80s movie.
Yeah.